There we go.
We're live!
Do you mind over it?
No.
Yeah, that's it, it's live. Oh no. There we go, that's better.
What was I say? I'm singing the theme tune. Welcome to
The post-game.
the post game. So I've just cut my season ticket up.
Let's see if anyone. Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. Let's see if anyone can be positive about that. Oh, the chat's not up, is it?
Oh, come on, Lee. Do your thing.
I've got a crush. There we go.
There we go. Start a conversation with the viewers by chatting. So for anybody listening, which I can't imagine there being any because they'll be walking away from the game now. Send your questions in for some post-analysis expert comments.
Yeah, so what was your highlight of the game? And yeah, that was it.
Are you asking me that question?
I am going to ask you, what was your highlight of the game?
The highlight of the game for me was the performance by
Walton.
Amari Bell. No, Bradley Johnson, man of the match.
Yeah, he was brilliant. Something we've missed for many, many years. I'm thinking him and Travis, if we try and stay positive for a bit,
Yeah.
him and Travis could be a key this season to actually having a decent central midfield. Unfortunately, we need to actually play decent players at either side of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good seeing him being able to ping the ball out all over the show. Oh, we've got a question. Carl Potter. I've only seen the score. How bad was it?
I've seen worse, that's for sure. Yeah, I've seen worse. I don't know how to expand on that.
Yeah, 2 shocking goals conceded. And we had a few chances in the first half to grab a goal. Blew it. We made 3 subs in the second half that was just poor timing. They had 0 impact.
I think the team he started with was like, there was questions over the team he started with. I started with Benno made mistakes at right back. For me, he didn't prove why he started over Niambi.
Mulgrew, bad first half.
Mulgrew was shocking. Gallagher, he was never in the right place. When I think if we'd have started Graham in that first half, he'd have got a goal, because he just has that instinct. I'm making words up today. That Gallagher didn't show.
Yeah, Brereton's been bagging goals left, right and centre pre-season, sits on the bench.
Yeah, and why he brought Buckley on when we'd just conceded and not Brereton to try and get a goal back, that was a weird substitution for me.
Yeah, can't say I'm too impressed with the new keeper.
No, oh my god. Yeah, if we can start a campaign to get Raya back somehow, that would be great. But yeah, how we, like the first one, I'm trying to think of the first one. So yeah, the first one he should have come out for it and got it away somehow. And the second one he just watched it.
Got a comment from Giles. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Being a fan from the States, it seems like the same problem as last season. We don't have the back four being vocal with each other, no actual leader. Yeah. I agree with that, I agree. I saw Bradley Johnson shouting around at people and pointing around, so that we had a bit of a leader in midfield, but not at the back. Caitlin Jackson, looks like we have just carried on from last season. No improvement, no development.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think the only improvement would be the central midfield, but that doesn't make a big difference when you can't defend and we can't break teams down properly. I think we went into the summer, the end of last season, thinking, right, we need to sort a defence out. We have to get someone in to defend. Mulgrew's not going to cut it. We get rid of a goalkeeper, fair enough, he wanted to go. We've replaced him with someone that doesn't
cut the mustard.
Yeah, he doesn't cut the mustard. And we haven't improved the defence at all. We've got a young lad from City who, to be honest, he's not a world beater, but
he wasn't even on the bench.
Yeah, he can't play yet. Oh, right, there we go. Obviously, I think Williams would take that spot. He's got to take that spot. I think the only reason Mulgrew starts is because of his goal threat, which he had one free kick today and blasted it into the wall.
Yeah.
But yeah.
New question: how is Benno still being picked over Nyambi for right back?
That is a very good question, and I have no answer for it. I really don't.
I had this theory last season, didn't I, where it's in Benno's contract.
He has to play.
Yeah, that he has to play.
Yeah, I just don't. He made a number of mistakes today. Left himself on the floor a couple of times. And just, yeah.
Yeah, then he had a third goal because he slipped into it as he tried to like kick it back.
Yeah, and he just knocked it straight to him. They'll give you 110%, but...
And Nyambi will give you 120%.
I think he's just better quality. I think him and Mulgrew, they're great people to have in the dressing room around the club. They're good team players, but if we're going to progress in this league, we need to improve on them players, I think. So, yeah. Anyone else want to put their thoughts through? What they thought of today?
I think it'll be interesting to see what Tony has to say.
Or if Tony's released something, obviously we can't check, but if he has said something, it'd be interesting to see if someone could post it. It might be a bit soon yet, but yeah, I don't know what he's going to come back with from that performance because it wasn't.
Mr. Echo, not confident in the goalkeeping, but it's day one, so I'd cut him a little slack.
Yeah, you've got to let him off a little bit. But we saw him against Blackpool and he was flapping all over the place there.
Yeah, that's 2 games I've seen him in now and he's just been shocking.
So we have got to give him a chance. It's a new team, but yeah, what I've seen of him, he doesn't. Yeah. It's not like he has to gel with the other players to know where they are. He's just got to move to the ball. He's been doing that all his life. Just actually move when the ball's going in the back of the net. Put your arm out. But yeah, we're giving him the benefit of the doubt, but if there's any way we can swap him for Raya, that would be great. Obviously, the transfer window doesn't shut till Thursday, so we have got a chance to get another keeper and another defender, hopefully. Not watching.
Oh, right, okay, cheers. Cheers, Lee.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Goodbye to Andy. Everyone say goodbye.
Have they said bye bye?
No. See you later. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts as we all go home from what was a very disappointing first game of the season. Obviously, there was quite a big deal of the whole, we haven't won since 2010, and obviously that continues. And I think it's something like maybe we've lost 3 or 4 out of the last 5 now. I mean, I don't know what it is at home. I said earlier that I like starting the season at home, because it's becoming painful to start off at home with a loss. But I don't know. We've got to try and stay positive. There's still a long way to go. And in the grand scheme of things, this game's not going to matter come the end of the season, really, unless obviously the worst comes to the worst and we get relegated and we start looking back in games we could have got points from. We've been through that before, but I don't think that's going to happen. We have got to get better defensively, without a doubt, because it's not good enough. Sloppy goals, sloppy keeping, and not clinical enough up front. As everyone said, it's exactly the same as it has been. There was some really good play early on in the first half, I think. Bradley Johnson was, I mean, I can't, if for people who weren't there or didn't watch it, I can't describe or express enough how much of a delight it was to have someone like Bradley Johnson, to be honest. If we're looking at positives, who could ping the ball around, because it's a long time since we've had someone like that. and he just opens the game up. And unfortunately, we didn't have anything in the final third to capitalise on what he was doing. He was pinging balls out to down in and stuff like that, and Armstrong. There was just no end product to it. There was nothing from them two. I was disappointed Downing started. I thought that was a perfect place for Rothwell to start. He didn't do too bad, Downing. I thought he had a decent game, but let's just see. Try and read this. Same old mistakes it's been since I can't read it all. Just trying to read it now. Yeah, exactly. Walton played for a team that finished lower than us last season. There's not much I can say about Walton. Like, I think it was Mr. I can't remember your name, sorry, I can't look. But we've got to give him the benefit of the doubt for now. You know, let him have a couple of games. He's got a new back four in front of him. I know I said he doesn't need to gel, but he does need to get communication with them. Maybe just to improve the position and stuff of everyone. But ultimately, he's got to save. I mean, I think personally, he could have saved both of them. I'm not a goalkeeper. He didn't really attempt the second one. And the first one, it was a bit of like he didn't really know what to do, so just sort of stood there and let it roll past him or fly past him. And he could have quite easily come out for that ball and just put an arm on it or anything. Instead, he let it fly past him and he just got knocked into the back post. Are there any defensive targets available to bring in? And are we still I'm trying to read? I can't read the rest of it, but I think we are looking. The rumour was, or maybe not a rumour. I think it was what Richie Sharp said from some interviews, that we are looking to bring in another defender, and obviously we are looking to bring in another keeper if possible. But we got till Thursday to make that happen. I'm not sure I've seen anything concrete on targets since we signed Toshin. So I think everyone knows, and surely Tony knows. If he has done a press conference and then kind of try and catch a couple of words. If this is going to be a regular thing, by the way, I'm going to get something for the car where I can actually read your questions properly, because the thing I've got now is just like, he's not holding it up very well. So yeah, hopefully Tony can't deny that performance. I don't think. I really don't. Defensively, poor as usual. Did everyone agree with the man of the match, Johnson? I thought that was a fair. I don't think there was anyone really. I thought Lenihan was decent at times, but at the same time we conceded 2 goals, so I don't think you can give it to him. And I don't think there was really anyone else that played like Johnson did. You know, Gallagher was. There was no end product to what Gallagher was doing, to be fair. I thought the way we played at times, like the high press with the front three, that was really good. That's promising the way we're playing. The front three were pressing in the half quite a bit. But it all comes back to defensively. I said before, when we were talking about what we thought the result would be, and I said we wouldn't come away without conceding one, because I just don't think we're good enough defensively. And you know, you've got to think, if we're not good enough defensively, we'll change in Mulgrew. I think Niambi as well, but just changing Mulgrew, will that make us better defensively, where we're going into games thinking, you know, we can keep a clean sheet here? Because, you know, Charlton have just come up. You know, I'm not taking anything away from them, but they weren't it's hard to say anything because we got beat by them, but they weren't anything special. You know, we dominated large parts of the game. There was a part of the game where I don't think they touched the ball for 10-15 minutes because we just were knocking it round and they couldn't get the ball. But at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, it all comes back to defence, and it's the same old thing as everyone's saying. I just don't understand why he's not dealt with it. We spent 7 million on Gallagher. I don't think we needed it. I think if we'd have stuck Nuttall up front instead of Gallagher, we'd have had the same. I don't think it'd have ended any worse from an attacking standpoint. And we could have spent that 7 million on a defender. I think that would have made our team much better than signing Gallagher. And then, you know, we've got 7, was it 7? Oh, I'm getting confused. I think it was. And then we got Bretherton on the bench. You know, doesn't even get on. We're 1 goal down, he doesn't even bring Ben Bretherton on. I just do not understand it at all. I've just managed to catch the bottom of the last message, like who's available. I mean, I don't really know. I think Mowbray is kind of waiting now to the end. He did say that he had a couple of targets, and obviously they're all waiting for other deals to go through, and maybe looking. And then once it gets towards the end, you know, towards the Wednesday, Thursday, teams are really going to start trying to ship players out, whether it be by loan or they've got a little bit desperate on a player they were asking a lot of money on. You know, it's just he's getting to the point where they need to sell him to maybe get a player over the line themselves, or just to get him off the team, but they'll take a little bit less. So maybe Tony's going to do a bit of shrewd business towards the end of the window, hoping that teams want a little bit less for players. But like in January last year, we found that Tony's not going to go over what he thinks to get a player, and if that means that we end up not getting a player, then so be it. I think we've got to do something to get a defender, and you know, Williams I think he'll do a better job than Mulgrew at centre back, but I think we could do better. Obviously we don't really have any idea on Toshin. If you've watched the stats show, I mean, he's not breaking any records, but I think it's unfair, because I think I saw something before that, like, it's unfair that like Smallwood got the playing last, or he got like a bit of grief last season for not being good enough, and now it's all being aimed at Mulgrew and maybe even Bennett in a way. But I mean, we're a team that want to move up. We want to keep progressing in the league. And you know, as much as we like players like Smallwood, you know, he give 110%, so does Benno. Like, we got to not cast him aside, but we can keep him as a squad player, but we've got to improve, and we can't just keep playing them because they're nice people and they're good, like, they're hard-working players. You know, and it sounds a bit harsh maybe, but it's just the way it is. That's football. Mulgrew's had a good career. He's had probably a better career than most of our players, if not all. You know, he's played at the highest level, but right now he's not. He's struggling to play at this level. we can't take the sacrifices for that. We've got to improve. We've got to get better. But I'd love to know anyone else's comments. I'm going to be pulling up in a minute, so I'll be able to read some questions. So if you have got a question, put it below. Or even if it's just thoughts and comments. Whoa, we look terrified. Not at my driving, I don't think. Although I'm terrified at my driving sometimes. I'd love to know what other people think as well, whether I'm just being real negative, because it is one of my... What are you doing? It is one of my... it's one of my many qualities, being very negative. So I'd like to know if anyone else feels the same, you know. Obviously it's... You get to the stadium, you're thinking, oh, this is going to be good. Football's back! And then that's how it ends. You know, I'm going on holiday soon. You know, and if that's the way the cookie crumbles, it's pulling up now. She's in parking. Yeah, so if you have any comments, leave them below. Let's scroll back to the top, see if there's any from me. Yeah, how is Benno starting at right back? I really don't know. Not confident at a keeper. Yeah, same old mistakes. It's been years since I've had confidence in the Rovers defence. You know, Bolton played for a team below us. You can't always blame that, you know, like, you've got to give him a chance, but you're right, you know. It's just, on the stats against, like, other keepers, I mean, Raya was heads and shoulders above everyone. If you look at the stats videos on the goalkeepers, he just couldn't kick a ball, he couldn't pass a ball, which... I really don't understand why Mowbray didn't say he was number 8. I'm sure if Mowbray had said, look, you're number 1, but you need to improve, he would have stayed. Because, yeah. Are there any defensive targets still available to bring? I'm sure there's plenty of people to bring in, but it's who? You know, I don't know how much cash we've got left. Obviously, there was the 3 million from Raya. I think he might have wanted to spend on a keeper or something, but are we still in for that Bournemouth? I think it's Bournemouth. I have no idea, to be honest. And who else is there available to bring in? There's a couple of defenders gone this season to other teams, who I think would have been a good addition to our defence. But whether he chased them, I don't know. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. We haven't had a comment for a while. Don't even know if it's still working. But if you've enjoyed this and you want these to be regular, then like comment below or comment on a Twitter post. And you know, it's something that we might keep going. And I'll get something better where I can actually see comments while I'm driving. Yes, the ice cream van is here. I don't know if you can hear it. That's a pretty depressing song. Not like Match of the Day, what they normally play. But yeah, I'm sure go on to Rovers Chat, Twitter, you know, and let everyone know. Let us know what you think, what you thought of today. And we'll catch you again next time. I'm sure we'll have some videos coming out, so don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, obviously, because it is the best YouTube channel ever. Thanks very much for listening to me whinge for 25 minutes nearly. And go away now, enjoy your weekend, try and forget about this. It's just one game in a long season. That's what we've got to look at now. hopefully Tony Mowbray's learnt from his mistakes with his squad selection, and we'll be starting Graham, Niambi, maybe Rothwell in the next game. But yeah, thanks very much. Hope you've enjoyed this show, and I do apologise because I think the earlier video went on for 2 minutes after I ended it, so it's 2 minutes of silence, which is probably better than this. So I do apologise if you have to listen to 2 minutes of silence, but this is it. This is the end. Thanks very much for listening, and subscribe, and best of luck to you all for the next week.